Mother's been taken hostage by an evil spirit that escaped from the abyss. Her life is hanging by a thread. I called out to my husband, King Yama, from afar, but he was just so impatient.
Serena's sweet potato seedlings are dying. I'm up to my neck trying to save them.
I told him an escaped spirit had taken Mother hostage, demanding her fate be changed. He just snorted, "Stop pretending."
Just to get me to come home and be with you, you'd even make up stories about my own mother? Everyone knows nothing gets out of the abyss.
Before I could say another word, he cut off the connection. With no other choice, I ordered the judge to modify the Book of Fates, to save Mother's life first. But I had to keep at him for 4 whole hours before he finally showed up with his ghost officers, shuffling along. Seeing the evil spirits running rampant in the underworld, their expressions turned grim in an instant.
Didn't King Yama say this was all you're doing?
Receiving no timely response, the evil spirit threw Mother into the abyss. Unable to withstand the torture, she perished completely. My heart turned to ashes. I proposed that my name be crossed out from the Book of Fates, so I could enter Reincarnation. Instead, he tore out the page about me and threw it into the hellfire.
If my mother knew you'd entered Reincarnation, she'd probably follow you right in. You trying to brand me an unfilial son?
What he didn't know yet was that he wouldn't just bear the stigma of being unfilial. He would also pay the price for the chaos caused by the evil spirits. Even when she was alive, Mother suffered from forgetfulness, and as a ghost, she never shook it off. When she didn't show up for the morning greetings, I feared she had gone out and gotten lost. I hurried out to look for her. The ferrywoman on the Naihei bridge pointed towards the abyss. "I think your mother-in-law went that way. The abyss is eerily quiet today. Hope nothing's wrong." A bad feeling welled up inside me. I had just reached the entrance to the abyss when a bucket of hot oil was thrown right in my face.
Listen up, King of the Underworld. If you want your old mother to live, he'd better alter the Book of Fates and let me reincarnate, or else I'll make his dear mother taste walking on blades and boiling in oil herself.
The ferrywoman behind me went pale, whispering in my ear,
"Quick, get a message to the king. The one who just spoke is a demon imprisoned in the abyss."
"They're revolting." I stared at the pitch-black gate, my heart racing. My husband Gavin was known as the biggest filial son around. Even after death, he never forgot his mother's kindness. He used millennia of accumulated merit to keep her from reincarnating, so she could enjoy the mortal world. If he knew his mother was in danger, he'd rush back immediately to subdue these demons. But no matter how many times I called out, he never answered. With no other choice, I tried contacting Gavin while buying as much time as I could. Seeing we weren't doing anything, the demon dragged Mother by her hair right to the gate. She was covered in blood, even though she's always so clean. She looked at me like I was her savior.
"Chloe, please save me."
She treated me like her own daughter. My heart ached so much I couldn't hold back my tears. "Mom, don't be afraid, the guards will come to save you soon." I raised my voice and shouted at the demon, "You better treat my mother with respect, or Gavin will make you perish completely." The demon, afraid of retaliation, let go of Mother and chained her to a stool nearby.
You've got 2 hours. If the altered Book of Fates isn't here, I'll make this old hag experience the abyss herself.
"No, please, give us more time. I'll do everything I can to get the book altered." After bargaining again and again, the demon finally gave me 4 hours. I chanted the incantation, calling for Gavin again and again. Only after dozens of calls did I finally hear his impatient voice.
Chloe, can't you stop being so unreasonable? Serena's sweet potato seedlings are wilting, and I'm busy trying to save them. If we miss this season, there might be nothing left.
Serena, Gavin's unrequited love from his past life. Gritting my teeth against the bitterness, I spoke up before he could cut the connection. "Gavin, Mom's been taken by the demons in the abyss." Before I could finish, Gavin cut the connection. I was panicking, sweating bullets. Completely at a loss. Seeing how frantic I was, the ferrywoman patted my shoulder.
"What did the Lord of the Underworld say? Is he coming back soon?
After all, she's the mother he cherishes most.
If anything happens to her, he'll lose his mind."
Yes, Gavin's father died young. His mother raised him through immense hardship. She sold tofu day and night to fund his studies. When he died young, she buried her own son, a white-haired mother mourning her black-haired child. Fearing he suffered in the underworld, she performed 100 good deeds a day to build up merit for him. She literally pushed him onto the throne of the underworld. To him, no one in the 3 realms matters more than his mother. I steadied myself and sent a magical message to Gavin. Finally, the connection was made, and I blurted out immediately, "Gavin, Mom's been taken hostage by demons from the abyss. They won't let her go unless you change someone's fate and send them to reincarnation. Mom's hurt. She won't last long. You need to come back now." But then, a woman's coquettish laugh came through. "Chloe, I know you don't like it when Gavin visits me, but you can't just make up stories about his mother. My sweet potato vines are dying. If I don't save them, we'll have no food for winter. People could starve." Time ticked by, then came the sounds of them getting intimate. I was furious and desperate. Gavin, mother is really in trouble. Come back and see for yourself. Gavin was interrupted. His voice was irritable and frustrated.
Chloe, you've got some nerve. Cursing my mother with misfortune, over and over. Stop the act. Just to get me to come home to you, you'd even make up stories about my own mother? Everyone knows the abyss is impenetrable. You're insane, woman.
The connection was severed again. Before our marriage, I knew Gavin had an unattainable love in the mortal world. When he proposed, he said they were separated by life and death, that it was over. He vowed he'd be devoted to me. But somehow, they ended up together. Gavin kept going back to the mortal world. Even when I miscarried, lost our child, he left me alone to make osmanthus cakes for Serena. If I ever complained, he'd accuse me of being petty.
Serena and I are worlds apart. And besides, I married you. What more do you want?
I tried to calm my nerves. I kept peering into the gates of the abyss. Mother's not well. She needs her medicine every day. It's past her usual time today. I wonder how she's doing. Usually at this hour, the ghost officers should be working orderly. But today, strangely, there's nobody. The ferrywoman muttered beside me. What's going on?
Ox head, horse face, the black and white guards, none of them showed up today. The abyss even has alarm bells. They should have come to check.
A bad feeling crept into my heart. I asked the ferrywoman to watch the abyss for me. I went to find the judge and the ghost officers myself. The road was long. I searched every office. My feet were blistered, aching sharply, but an hour had passed. I dared not stop for a moment. Until I saw the judge and the many ghost officers behind him, I breathed a long sigh of relief. Like grabbing a lifeline, I tightly clutched the judge's sleeve. There's trouble in the abyss. Evil ghosts rebelled and took Mother hostage. Go suppress them quickly, the judge, usually respectful to me. This time, he curled his lips slightly. With a hint of mockery.
Lady, are you looking for the Lord of the Underworld? He has important duties to attend to. Stop being unreasonable. We heard the alarm and reported it to him. He said, the abyss has been reinforced, it's impregnable now. Even a mosquito can't escape. Are you jealous of the Lord and his little lady? Using the old lady's life as a pretext? Lady, in the mortal world, men having multiple wives is normal. Besides, the little lady is in the mortal world. You're in the underworld. You don't interfere with each other. Why go looking for trouble? The Lord cares deeply for his mother. If he knew you cursed the old lady, he'd surely divorce you.
Since I couldn't persuade them to suppress the ghosts, I had no choice but to beg and plead. Those evil spirits have taken Mother hostage. They said if I don't change their fates in the Book of Fates and send them to Reincarnation, they'll make her perish completely. She treats me like her own daughter. I'd never lie. I'm begging you, just tweak their fates in the Book of Fates for now. Once she's safe, you can toss them into the animal realm for all I care. The judge shook his head, unimpressed.
My lady, please don't make this difficult for us. The underworld has its own rules. If I change the Book of Fates without permission, I'll be struck by divine retribution.
I'd had enough. I screamed, bullshit. I saw Gavin change Serena's Book of Fates with my own eyes, from short-lived to a long life. Why didn't he face any retribution? Hurry, there's no time. If you don't change it, I'll slit my own throat right here in front of you. With that, I yanked the golden hairpin from my hair. I pressed it firmly against my neck. A stream of blood instantly welled up. They were stunned. I'm always so gentle and soft-spoken. When have I ever been this reckless? They exchanged glances. The judge let out a soft sigh.
Fine. If the king of the underworld comes after us, you must speak up for us, my lady. The Book of Fates and the judge's pin are still in the main hall.
I'll go get them now.
Perhaps you should wait for us at the entrance to the abyss.
He finally agreed. I could finally put my mind at ease. Half the time had already passed. I was worried sick about Mother. So I rushed back. Gavin and I had been married for 8 years, and we treated each other with respect. I never imagined he'd be this guarded against me. All for Serena. Everyone around him knew about Serena. They even used official duties as a cover-up for them. I just warned him, the abyss was in trouble. He didn't even bother to check. He just told the judges and guards it was impenetrable. There was no danger. Is he that arrogant, or does he just not give a damn about his own mother's life? But that sinking feeling wouldn't go away. Mother had always been known far and wide as a kind soul. She treated me like her own daughter. Knowing my parents died young, she never imposed any rules on me.
She made dumplings for me herself.
Every birthday, she made longevity noodles for me. Even after 8 years of marriage, we still had no child. But she never complained. It's not easy being a woman.
You just need to live for yourself. If a child comes, great. If not, that's fine too.
She had a heart of gold, and treated me like her own daughter. How could I not love her as my own mother? Gavin once said Mother and I were the most important people in his life. Is a crush he can't have, like Serena, really that tempting? Could it make him forget his vows, and forget his own mother's love? The ferrywoman saw me and rushed over, looking frantic.
Well, did you find the judge and the ghost officers? They just sent word. We only have an hour left. If we don't make a move soon, they're going to start torturing the old lady.
They said they'd be here soon. I hadn't even finished speaking when something was thrown out from the gates of the abyss. The ferrywoman and I screamed in terror. It was none other than Mother's severed hand. I was so scared, I thought I'd perish completely. I charged toward the entrance of the abyss like a madwoman. You bastards, the time isn't up yet. Who gave you permission to harm my mother-in-law? A wicked ghost stood at the entrance, sneering at me.
Gavin has always been cunning. We haven't heard a peep for so long. I ain't trusting you. From now on, every 15 minutes, if you still haven't brought us the Book of Fates, I'll send the old hag to taste the torments of the abyss.
I collapsed at the barrier by the entrance, begging incessantly. Please, I beg you, don't touch my mother-in-law. She's old and can't take it. Let me take her place, please. I'm Gavin's wife. I'll let you hold me hostage willingly. Just let my mother-in-law go.
The wicked ghosts laughed, hands on their hips. You little wench, you think you can trick us? Everyone knows Gavin doesn't care for you. Back then, he broke the underworld rules to bring that human girl here for a tour. We all saw it with our own eyes. And his sweetheart certainly isn't you.
I was desperately calling out to Gavin, but nothing, no response. Time ticked by second. My heart was in my throat. I kept begging for the judge to hurry up. Suddenly, Mother's scream pierced through from inside. A leg, flattened like paper, got tossed out.
Another 15 minutes gone. Next time, it won't be so simple. I'll toss the old woman into the boiling oil until she's crispy outside, tender inside.
15 minutes after 15 minutes, Mother's screams grew fainter and fainter. I was crying so hard I couldn't even stand up. But I didn't know what to do. The ferrywoman was so furious she started cursing. Then she turned and ran to find the judge and guards who'd promised to rescue us. Suddenly, Mother's weak voice sounded in my ear. She was using the last of her strength to get a message through the echo pendant we both wore.
Chloe, I don't think I can hold on. Blade mountains, boiling oil, seas of fire. It hurts so much. Is Gavin not coming? You've been looking so down lately. Has Gavin been mistreating you? I heard he went back to the woman who got him killed. What a curse. Gavin is the blind one. After I'm gone, you won't have to put up with it anymore. There's a cloak I just finished for you on my bed. Remember to take it. As for Gavin, that heartless beast, he abandoned his own mother. Then I won't claim him as my son either. If I'm fortunate enough to be reincarnated, I hope we can be real mother and daughter.
Her consciousness grew fainter and fainter, until it vanished completely. Mom, what's wrong? Talk to me. The demon held Martha, battered beyond recognition, and brought her to the cave entrance with a wicked grin.
5, 4, 3, 2, time's up.
Right before my eyes.
The demon crushed Martha's soul. Mom!
My world went completely red. I faintly heard the judge and the ferrywoman cry out in shock. The judge stumbled over with a group of ghost guards. Their faces fell the moment they saw the scene.
What happened? The Lord of the Underworld said it would be fine. Why is it like this?
Gavin did set up a barrier at the entrance to the abyss, but he forgot that Martha shares his bloodline. She can go anywhere in the underworld. Their faces pale, they quickly drew their soul whips. Soon, they drove the demon back into the depths of hell and locked it up. The barrier faded, revealing the horrific state of the abyss. The tongue-ripping hell held half of Martha's torn-out tongue. The scissor hell held one of her arms. In the steamer hell, one of her legs was steamed to mush. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't piece her back together.
Martha was a good person through many lifetimes. Who would have thought she'd perish completely?
She didn't even have a whole body left. She said just today she'd make my favorite dumplings. How could she just be gone? Filled with guilt, the judge went through every level of the abyss and carefully collected my mother-in-law's lingering soul fragments into a bottle.
My lady, I'm so sorry.
Even though my mother-in-law was forgetful in life, she was always kind to everyone. She often sewed clothes and brought food for the king of the underworld and his attendants. The judge and all the attendants respectfully called her the Phantom Mother. She was grinning from ear to ear, saying she never thought she'd have so many sons.
But these very sons, whom she treated as her own,
are the ones who cost her life. The judge slapped himself hard across the face. If he had just come with me when I called for help, could we have saved her? The attendants helped gather my mother-in-law's remnants into a pile before me. I numbly performed a hand seal to send a message to Gavin. But still, no response came from the other side. Ugh. The judge fumed.
If it weren't for the old lady building up his merit, would he even be able to keep his throne?
He and the attendants behind him looked at me, full of guilt. If they hadn't put their trust in Gavin, this never would have happened. Every time I went looking for Gavin, they'd cover for him.
My lady, you need to be more understanding. Stop being so jealous all the time. My lady, the king has official duties. Could you stop bothering him so much?
They all knew Gavin was sneaking off to meet his beloved from the mortal world, and I was the only one kept in the dark. I picked up the jade pendant Martha left on the ground. It matched the one I was wearing perfectly. I was so worried she'd get lost. I went all the way to Kunlun Mountain to find the echo pendant. I had 3 jade pendants made, one for Martha, one for Gavin, and one for me. But Gavin thought I was spying on him. He threw his pendant into the river of oblivion. I kept thinking about Martha's last words before she died. If I'm lucky enough to be reincarnated,
I hope we can be real mother and daughter.
feeling utterly hopeless, I made a decision. When Gavin comes back, I'll divorce him and enter the cycle of reincarnation. The underworld does water burials. All the dead souls are buried in the river of oblivion. Even on the day Martha was buried, Gavin was still nowhere to be found. The judge clenched his fists.
I already sent a ghost messenger to tell him earlier.
Fuming, he cast a spell to send Gavin a message from afar.
Judge, if you've got something to say, make it quick. I'm brushing Serena's hair right now. Oh, by the way, yesterday, some ghost messenger pretending to be your subordinate tried to scam me, saying my mom was torn to shreds by evil spirits. You better keep your people in line. No need to guess, it's definitely that woman Chloe stirring up trouble. She just hates seeing me treat Serena well.
Before he could finish, Serena's whiny voice came from over there.
Gavin, my eyebrows are crooked. Help me fix them.
Sweetie, I just learned how to do willow leaf brows. They'll look gorgeous on you.
In our 8 years of marriage, Gavin has never spoken to me so gently before. He's never painted my eyebrows or adorned my face. I held back my tears. Gavin, Mom is gone. She has to be buried today. Before I could even finish,
Gavin impatiently cut me off. Enough. Chloe, don't you dare use my mother against me. I've had enough of you. If I hear you curse my mother one more time, you'll be sorry. Serena's birthday is in 2 days. She knows you get jealous, so she promised not to see me after the party. Are you happy now? You should know your place. Don't bother me with your endless drama these next 2 days.
worried I'd keep bothering him, he cut the call right away. Fine, we'll bury her. Gavin, Mom and I won't wait for you anymore. The judge said if I collect 10,000 deeds of merit, I can mend Martha's fractured soul. But once mended, she must enter reincarnation, or she'll still perish completely. I brought Martha's soul fragment to the Blossom Villa. That's the place the 3 of us built together when she was still with us. All the merit from her lifetimes of good deeds is stored there. As soon as I pushed the gate open, I saw Serena wearing my dress, sitting brazenly on the swing Martha made for me. Chloe, what are you doing at Gavin's and my secret spot? So this is where they've been meeting in secret. How dare Gavin? Serena looked at me smugly. Gavin's gone fishing by the stream. Said he's gonna grill me some fish. What do you want? I stepped up and ripped that cloak right off Serena. That's clearly Mother's stitching. The one she was still making for me on her deathbed. I won't let you taint it. I barely touched her, yet she went tumbling down, putting on a show, about to burst into tears. Chloe, I swear, there's nothing going on between Gavin and me. Gavin just wanted to show me the peach blossoms. If you don't want me around, I'll just go. Why would you hit me? I was kicked hard to the ground. Gavin, who I hadn't seen in days, came rushing over like a storm. He held Serena in his arms, heartbroken.
Serena, are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere?
Serena nestled against Gavin. She gave me a smug look and raised an eyebrow. This is all my fault. Humans and ghosts belong to different worlds. I shouldn't keep pining for you. Maybe I should just die. Then I won't have to think about you, or miss you anymore. And right in front of me, his wife, Gavin kept kissing Serena.
Nothing will ever come between us. You will live a long, full life. I won't let you talk like that. He turned to me, frowning. Chloe, apologize.
I got to my feet with a cold laugh and walked right up to them. I slapped Serena right across the face. Since you said I hit you, let me make your wish come true. You're welcome. Bitch, don't you dare show your face around me again. Or I'll slap you every single time. Gavin was livid. He grabbed me by the collar.
Chloe, have you lost your mind? Why would you hit Serena for no reason? How could you be such a rude, vicious woman? If you were half as good as Serena, I wouldn't give you the cold shoulder.
Let's get a divorce.
Gavin stared at me in disbelief. What did you just say? A divorce? Chloe, have I been too easy on you? So you think you can push your luck and threaten me with divorce?
I pulled out the divorce papers I'd already prepared. This is not a threat. Sign your name, and it's over.
What's your game now? Playing hard to get? You want me by your side all the time? Dream on.
I couldn't be bothered with him and threw the divorce papers in his face. I turned and went inside for the ledger of merit that Martha cherished. Gavin followed me in and saw me holding the ledger. He looked guilty and conflicted. What are you doing with the ledger? These are Mother's things. It's none of your business. As we struggled, the ledger fell to the floor. The pages were blank. All the merit that was once recorded had vanished. My eyes burned red with fury. I stepped forward and seized Gavin's arm. Where's the merit? Where did the 10,000 merits Mother accumulated go?
Gavin rubbed his nose. Serena. She doesn't have much going for her. So I gave all the merit to her. That way, she'll have fortune, prosperity, and a long life for generations.
Serena glanced shyly at Gavin.
I didn't want it either. But Gavin said it was a birthday gift for me. I had no choice but to accept.
I tore at Serena's hair like a madwoman. Give me back my merit. Enraged, Gavin slapped me without a second thought. The force was so great that I was left dazed for a long time. I fell to the ground, utterly despairing. It's gone, all of it. I clutched the bottle containing my mother-in-law's remaining soul fragment, and grief welled up inside me. Mom, what should I do? How can I bring you back to life? I have been an unfilial daughter-in-law. Gavin, who had felt somewhat guilty toward me, heard this and instantly darkened his expression.
Enough, Chloe. How long are you going to keep up this act? Has my mother not been good to you? Why do you keep cursing her over and over?
Looking at his ferocious face, I felt utterly nauseated. Gavin, just go back and ask around, and you'll know if I'm lying. This bottle holds your mother's last remaining soul fragment, and it requires 10,000 merits to repair. A look of helplessness flashed in Gavin's eyes. Serena stepped forward and took his arm.
Gavin, didn't your mother just finish making a cloak? How could she have perished completely?
Gavin came to his senses and sneered at me. That's right.
My mother was perfectly fine, and she even made you a cloak. Chloe, you're a liar through and through, and you don't deserve my mother's kindness.
Gavin barged in and snatched the bottle right out of my hands, and smashed it on the ground. In an instant, Mother's spirit shattered into shimmering sparks. They faded away into nothing. Mother. My mind went blank, and tears started pouring down my face. I lunged at those sparks like a madwoman. Mother, don't go. Please, don't go. I couldn't catch them. I couldn't catch any of them. Heartbroken, I wanted to tear him apart. Gavin, that was your mother's spirit. You'll be damned and sent to hell. Gavin just shoved me aside, not caring at all. Chloe.
Are you done with your tantrum? It's just a stupid bottle. How can you make such a scene over nothing? If my mother hadn't favored you, do you think you'd still be holding onto your title as Lady of the Underworld?
With Mother gone, my heart died completely. There's nothing left for me in this underworld. Gavin, cross my name out of the Book of Fates. Let me enter Reincarnation. Gavin shot me a sharp look, then scoffed after a long pause. He took out the Book of Fates and tore out my page, and threw it into the hellfire.
If my mother knew you entered Reincarnation, she'd probably follow you there. Are you trying to make me bear the name of an ungrateful son? Chloe, I never thought you could be so evil. You should know your limits when you're acting out. Don't push your luck and regret it. My mother, really. She doesn't appreciate someone as virtuous as Serena and favors a lunatic liar like you. She must be going blind. When I go back in a couple of days, I'll teach her how to judge people properly.
I just stared at that shattered bottle on the floor. I just burst out laughing. But then the tears started pouring down my face. Gavin, what a waste. Mother will never have to listen to your lectures again. I turned to leave, and ran smack into the ferrywoman, who was rushing over.
Madam, these are 100 merits I've accumulated. Use them for your mother-in-law.
Even a stranger cares more about your mother than you do. But her own son, he destroyed every last bit of hope she had. I let out a sigh, choked up, and sank down. It's gone. It's all gone. There's nothing left. Gavin followed us out. He pulled the ferrywoman aside, demanding justice.
Ferrywoman, you always got along with my mother. You have to back me up here. Chloe's being completely unreasonable. She insists my mother perished completely. She's so ungrateful. You have to tell my mother everything.
But the ferrywoman shoved his hand away with a cold snort.
Don't you touch me. A man who doesn't even care for his own mother. What right do you have to call anyone else ungrateful? In her final moments, your mother said she no longer considers you her son.
Gavin stood there, stunned. Ferrywoman.
What did you say? Don't think just because you're close to Chloe, you can help her lie to me. You're letting your feelings get in the way. Watch it, or I'll have you removed from your post.
Go ahead, fire me. I don't even want to work for a heartless bastard like you. Stop putting on airs. Heaven's punishment will come for you one day, for abandoning your post and letting evil spirits wreak havoc in the underworld.
Gavin stood frozen, as if struck by lightning.
You're lying. You're all in on this together. My mother was fine. How could she perish completely?
Serena, who had been silent all this time,
stepped forward and shoved the ferrywoman back several steps.
How dare you speak to your superior like that? You'd better watch your step. Pick the wrong side,
and you'll only hurt yourself. The ferrywoman snapped. Who the hell do you think you are, talking back to me? You're nothing but a shameless slut. Couldn't find anyone in the living world who wanted you, so you have to cling to a ghost. Disgusting. Your heart is blacker than the demons in the abyss.
The ferrywoman dragged me off, cursing up a storm. Ghost guards and souls passing by all stopped to watch the commotion. Soon, the whole underworld knew that the king of the underworld, Gavin, had stayed behind in the mortal world, hooking up with Serena and getting his own mother killed.
I've seen this woman's book of fates. She was clearly a wretched woman with a short, unlucky life and loose morals. How is she blessed with fortune and longevity now? Isn't the king of the underworld bending the rules for her? When I was alive, I saw her flirting with other men with my own eyes. Too bad they were smart enough to see right through her.
Serena saw that Gavin was still lost in his own sorrow. And she was no match for the entire underworld, so she ran off quickly. I didn't go back to the home I shared with Gavin. Instead, I stayed with the ferrywoman. Early the next morning, Gavin, disregarding his dignity as the king of the underworld, knelt outside her door in apology.
Chloe, I was wrong. I'm the one who hurt Mom. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
In just one night, his hair had turned grey, his eyes were drowning in sorrow, but I felt no pity for him at all. That's right. It's all your fault. You killed Mother. Oh, right. Mother still had a chance to survive. We could have healed her shattered soul by giving her the merit she'd saved. But you gave all that merit to your precious Serena, and you smashed the soul flask that held Mom's remaining soul. Mom's gone, destroyed by you, completely. Gavin finally remembered what happened at the Blossom Villa. He crouched down in agony, curling into a ball.
Mom, I'm a monster. I was wrong. I was truly wrong. I don't deserve to be your son. I don't deserve it.
Looking at his belated remorse, I feel no relief or satisfaction, only a dull ache in my heart. No matter what, Mother, who loved me so dearly, will never return. Seeing me turn to leave, Gavin, kneeling on the ground, desperately clings to my leg.
Chloe, don't leave me. I've already lost Mother. I can't lose you too. Mother's greatest wish was for us to live in harmony for a lifetime. Can you, for Mother's sake, give me a chance to make things right?
I don't know how he still has the nerve to mention Mother. He knows perfectly well that Mother wanted our family to be happy, yet he fooled around with Serena half-heartedly. Gavin, I'll give you one chance. Can you give Mother back to me? It was you who betrayed me and harmed Mother. Time and again, I begged you to come back and save Mother. And you, did you ever give me a chance? Gavin had no defense, only bowing his head in apology.
Chloe, it's all my fault. I just couldn't accept it, couldn't accept that I meant nothing to Serena. Only now do I realize how terribly wrong I was. The only ones I truly care about are you and Mother.
I pried his fingers open, one by one. It's too late, Gavin. From the moment you gave up on saving Mother, it was over between us. Do you know what Mother said in her final moments? She said she no longer acknowledges you as her son, and told me I don't have to suffer anymore. You know I always listen to Mother, Gavin. I don't want you anymore. I, Chloe, no longer want you, Gavin. No matter how much Gavin begged and apologized, I just ignored him. With help from the judge and the ferrywoman, I finally leaped into the well of rebirth and entered the cycle of reincarnation. But the ferrywoman took pity on me and didn't make me drink the elixir of forgetfulness before my rebirth. I was reborn into a wealthy family as a precious young lady. Since I was little, there was always a grey-haired man watching me from afar. The year I came of age, the ferrywoman came with a gift. That Serena messed with fate.
She stole someone else's merit. A furious Gavin threw her to the demons to be tormented. She was gone, completely perished in just days. The Heavenly Order found out about Gavin's abuse of power. He abandoned his post, let demons run wild, so the Order cast him down into the abyss, never to be reborn again.
The ferrywoman took out a jade hairpin. It was carved with fiery red spider lilies. When Gavin and I were engaged, he carved one just like it for me. No need for that. Take it back. In this life, I have loving parents, and a fiancé who adores me. For all lifetimes, I, Chloe, will have nothing to do with Gavin, not now, not ever. A long time later, I got married and had a chubby baby boy. Arthur couldn't stand seeing me worn out from running the household. He hired a nanny to help out. That nanny had her hair in a neat bun. She looked at me with such gentle kindness. My eyes instantly welled up, and after decades of waiting, I'd finally found her. I stared at this nanny with the neat bun standing before me. My nose burned. Tears threatened to fall. Arthur noticed something was off with me. He took my arm, concerned.
Chloe, what's wrong? This is Martha, our new nanny, and from now on, she'll help you with the household.
Martha. In this life, her surname is Lee. I fought back the lump in my throat and forced a smile at her. But that smile must have looked worse than crying. Martha saw me like this, and her eyes filled with pity. She took a step forward. She naturally pulled a clean handkerchief from her sleeve. She wanted to wipe my tears, but mindful of her status, her hand paused in midair.
Then she said softly, "My lady, are you feeling unwell? I know a bit about massage. Perhaps I can help ease your discomfort."
That familiar tone, that instinctive gesture, I couldn't hold back my tears any longer. They fell, one by one, onto the back of my hand. Arthur started to panic. He quickly dismissed the other servants, leaving just the three of us.
Chloe, don't scare me. What's going on?
I shook my head. I took Martha's hand, which was frozen midair. Her palm was rough with the thin calluses of years of labor. Rough, yet so warm it warmed my heart. "Martha," I began, my voice terribly hoarse. "I'm fine. It's just, seeing you feels so familiar." Her hand in mine, Martha seemed a bit flustered. But she didn't pull away, just looked at me with kindness.
She replied gently, "My pleasure."
Just then, Mary came in, holding my child. My son's name is Andy, but we call him Chubby. He's usually shy around strangers. He cries if anyone but me or Arthur holds him. But today, the moment he saw Martha, he stopped crying. His big, grape-like eyes stared right at her. He even reached out a tiny hand, babbling, as if asking to be held. Arthur stared in surprise. This kid,
What's gotten into him today?
Martha looked at Andy. The affection in her eyes was almost overflowing. She carefully took the child from Mary's arms. Her movements were skilled and gentle, as if she'd done it 1,000 times. In her arms, Andy didn't cry, he giggled. His little hand grabbed a button on her dress and played with it happily. Martha held Andy, gently bouncing him. She began humming an unknown little tune. The melody was long and gentle. It was the folk lullaby my mother-in-law loved to hum to coax me to sleep when I was a child. Mother. It just slipped out. My voice was barely a whisper. Martha stopped humming. She looked my way, puzzled.
My lady, did you call for me?
I quickly covered it up. It's nothing, that tune. It's really nice.
Is it?
Martha smiled, the wrinkles on her face softening.
I don't know where I heard it. It just feels familiar. So I hum it without thinking. Sweetie seems to like it too.
Yes, of course, he does. Blood ties run deep. Even reincarnation can't sever them. Later on, I sent the servants away. I kept only Martha in the room to talk. I complained my wrist was sore, and she sat on the footstool. She carefully started massaging my wrist. Her touch was just right, not too light, not too hard.
My lady's hands look so soft and delicate. How come there are calluses on your fingertips?
She kept massaging, fretting all the while.
It shows you've been working hard. As I looked at her graying temples, my heart ached with a pang of sorrow.
Martha, do you have any family? Her hands paused for a moment, her eyes looking lost.
I don't remember. When I woke up, I was in a dilapidated temple. My past, it's all a blank. All I remember is, I had to find someone very important.
Did you find them? She shook her head, then smiled again, looking up at me.
Perhaps, I already have.
Those words hit me like a punch to the gut. She forgot everything, except how to find me. I couldn't hold back anymore. I just leaned down and hugged her, buried my face in her shoulder and cried my eyes out. She stiffened for a second, then started gently patting my back, just like she used to comfort me as a child.
Shh, my lady, don't cry. What's wrong? You can tell me. It'll help, I promise.
I shook my head, unable to say a word. Mom, I'm not upset. Not at all. I've missed you so much. When I finally calmed down,
Martha had already brought me a steaming bowl of dumplings.
We just made a fresh batch in the kitchen, she said.
You've been crying, my lady. You must be hungry. Have something warm to settle your stomach.
I looked at the plump dumplings in the bowl, with thin skin and generous filling. Exactly the same as I remember. I picked up my spoon, scooped one up, and took a bite. The savory broth exploded in my mouth, that familiar taste.
How is it?
She looked at me expectantly. Tears in my eyes, I nodded hard. So good. The best dumplings I've ever tasted. She beamed, like a kid who'd just been praised. Outside the window, a pale shadow flashes by. I catch a glimpse of it from the corner of my eye. It's Gavin. He seems to be here again. He's been like this all these years, like a wandering ghost, spying on my life from afar. The ferrywoman said he was punished to suffer in the abyss, never to be reincarnated. I just don't know what method he used to occasionally let a sliver of his soul escape to visit me in the mortal realm. But so what? I look away and focus on eating the dumplings in my bowl. It's so nice. In this life, my mother is still by my side. She makes my favorite dumplings, aches for the calluses on my hands, and holds my child while humming a folk lullaby. As for Gavin, he and I are already from two different worlds. In this life, I have a husband from a noble family who treasures me, a lively and adorable child, and a mother I've found again. My life is already complete. As for him, let him stay in the hell where he belongs, and repent for his ridiculous reluctance and belated love. I scoop up the last dumpling and finish it completely, along with the broth. I look up and meet Martha's gentle, smiling eyes. I smile back. Mom, I've finally waited for you. For all lifetimes, we will be a real mother and daughter. Ever since Martha came to the manor, I felt so much more relaxed. Arthur says the smiles on my face are more frequent than ever before, and more genuine. He was a very thoughtful man. He noticed the unusual closeness between Martha and me, but he never asked. He just told the servants to treat Martha like one of the family, and never to show her any disrespect. The servants in the manor found it strange. This new nanny, Martha, was clearly new to the manor, but she learned the ropes incredibly fast, as if she'd lived here for years. She would always, before I even said a word, have my favorite tea and snacks ready. When I felt the slightest chill, she'd hand me a shawl at just the right moment. But the most amazing thing was Andy. My son Andy had a bit of a temper since he was little. Except for Arthur and me, he'd cry and fuss if anyone else held him. But when Martha held him, he'd be as quiet as a kitten. No crying, no fussing. He'd even grab the hem of her clothes and babble in baby talk no one could understand. When Martha held him, she'd unconsciously start humming that folk lullaby, and Andy would fall peacefully asleep in her arms. At times like that, I would sit nearby and quietly watch them, the old and the young, a room full of peace. The emptiness in my heart left by my past life was slowly being filled. One afternoon, Arthur and I were playing chess in the pavilion. Martha came over, holding Andy.
My lady, the wind has picked up. Sweetie might be getting a little cold.
As she spoke, she carefully tucked Andy's little blanket around him. Arthur put down the chess piece and got up smiling, taking Andy from Martha's arms. Little Andy squirmed in his arms, reaching out, still reaching for Martha.
You little rascal, forgetting your dad for someone new.
Arthur shook his head helplessly, but his tone was full of love. He looked at Martha sincerely.
Ever since you came, Martha, Chloe and Andy have relied on you. You being here is a blessing to us.
Martha was flustered, waving her hands. You're too kind, my lord. It's just my duty.
Watching them, I felt a wave of warmth. This is my family in this life. It's so wonderful. But this piece, someone always tries to ruin it for me. At dinner, we all gathered. The hall was brightly lit and warm. Martha had stewed soup herself, and was feeding me spoonful by spoonful.
My lady has a weak constitution. She needs nourishment. She kept chattering.
Like any mother worried about her daughter, I was smiling along when a chill ran down my spine. A sinister aura crept in, like a venomous snake coiling around my ankle. Him again. Gavin. That lingering spirit is back. The hand holding my soup bowl froze for just a second.
What's wrong?
Honey noticed it right away. I shook my head. Nothing much. Maybe a window isn't shut all the way. But Martha, sitting beside me, shivered. She rubbed her arms, looking around in confusion.
That's weird. The doors and windows are shut tight. Why is there such a draft coming through? Gives me the chills.
As she spoke, she even got up to check the window nearby. I lowered my head to drink the soup, using my spoon's reflection to spot that transparent, pale figure in the corner. Gavin was standing there, motionless. His gaze was locked firmly on me. That look was a mix of so much. Regret, pain, and resentment, and an obsession I couldn't understand. How laughable. If you knew how it would end, why did you do it? Just then, Andy, playing in Mary's arms, suddenly pointed in Gavin's direction.
He cried out clearly, "Bad!"
A child's eyes are pure. They see what adults can't. Mary didn't understand. She just thought the child was pointing randomly. She laughed and soothed him.
Be good, sweetie. There's nothing there.
Martha also leaned over and tapped Andy's little nose.
You little rascal, talking nonsense again, huh?
Gavin's figure, in that instant, shook violently, as if that one word bad had pierced his very soul. I feel nothing at all. I actually find it funny. Reduced to a lonely, wandering ghost, even a baby can hurt him. It serves him right. For days now, this chilling presence has been lingering around the manor. He's like some tireless peeping Tom, peering into every corner of my life. When I read with Arthur in the study, he's outside the window. I help Martha sew clothes for Andy. He's at the door. When Arthur and I take Andy for a walk in the garden, he follows from afar, under the shade of the trees. His presence is like a pebble stuck to the sole of my shoe. Not deadly, but so grating and annoying. I can't let my family live under his shadow any longer. This belated affection of his is just too cheap, and downright disgusting. On the night of the full moon, I had Arthur and Martha put Andy to bed first. Then, alone, I carried a lantern to the lake pavilion in the back garden. The night breeze was chilly, making my sleeves billow. I didn't turn around, just facing the still lake. Then, calmly, I spoke. Come out. I know you're there. The air behind me turned icy cold. That pale, ghastly figure slowly materialized beside me. This was the first time he'd been this close. I could even see his face, utterly devoid of color, and those hollow eyes, brimming with pain. He wanted to reach out and touch me, but his hand went straight through my shoulder, unable to grasp anything. Despair washed over his face. His lips moved, but no sound came out. I didn't look at him, my gaze still fixed on the lake. Gavin, do you see? I'm doing very well now. My husband treats me like a precious treasure. My child is lively and adorable. My voice was calm, as if speaking of something that had nothing to do with me. And what you most want to know, Mother is doing well too. I turned my head and finally looked him in the eye. A faint smile, impossible to tell if it was mockery or pity, played on my lips. She is Martha now, and she doesn't remember you. She doesn't remember any of the pain from her past life. All she remembers is to be good to me and to my child. She's happy and at peace now. Do you know that her forgetting you is the greatest blessing of her life? Every word I spoke was like an invisible blade, slicing away at his already shattered soul. His figure began to flicker violently, almost unable to maintain its form. So, save your pathetic repentance. I withdrew my gaze, my tone turning cold. This hell you're in. You chose it. Stop playing this sob story for me. You being here only brings bad luck to my family. I won't let my child live in a place haunted by ghosts, and I won't let my mother have her peace disturbed by you, her ungrateful son. I took a step forward, brushing past him. Gavin, between us, the moment you refused to save mother, all ties were severed. From now on, for all lifetimes, you walk your hellish path. I'll take my sunny road. Don't come back. I didn't look back. Behind me, that chilling aura twisted and writhed, until finally, it vanished like smoke blown away by the wind. I walked back to the bedchamber and pushed the door open. Warm candlelight washed over me. Arthur was still awake, reading by the table. Seeing me, he put the book down right away and came over. He draped a warm cloak over my shoulders.
What took you so long? Your hands are so cold.
He took my hands, warming them with his breath. I looked at him and smiled. A smile from deep within, free of any shadow, nothing, just chased off a pesky fly. I stood on my toes and kissed him. Honey, let's rest. From inside,
Martha's soft humming as she soothed Andy to sleep.
my life has already turned a new page. As for Gavin, he and his pathetic devotion should stay buried in the past forever.